Be replacing the screen on an eMachine eM355-13667 netbook PC. The first step we want to do is remove the battery out of the rear of the computer. This can be done by opening both tabs. This one locks, this one doesn't. This one is on a spring, so you have to hold that back. You then pull the battery out, like so. Place the battery in a safe area. Ensure that the computer is not plugged in, nor any peripherals such as USB devices, headphones, Ethernet, display, etc. are plugged in. Now, the second step, you would remove plastic plugs located here and here. Those plugs have already been removed due to wear. You will now use your Phillips head screwdriver to remove the two screws that will be exposed by removing those plugs. I'm also working on an anti-static surface using an anti-static bag that I have. Anti-static match or using an anti-static wrist strap are highly recommended when performing any sort of procedure on a computer, whether it's a screen replacement or a RAM upgrade. Both screws have been removed and placed safely elsewhere. You will now begin to pry open the surrounding bezel and pop and sort of go around and gently sort of pry all the snaps. You can hear them separate, and once you have a few it gets a lot easier because then you just work your way around and then we can work in from the outside and then just continue around until it is all removed. And right here, and that should be all. And just lift it up from the hinge assembly and place that in a safe area. Now you're going to be very careful now removing the screws that surround the LCD. They are located here, 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 and here. You want to basically gently remove them and store the screws in a safe area. Ensure you're using a properly sized Phillips head screwdriver. Using one that is either too big or too small may cause the screws to strip, which can actually make it so the screen assembly is very difficult or impossible. Now that all the screws have been removed, you'll notice your webcam is located right in this area. There's actually a little connector here that if you can remove it, your webcam is simply taped there, so you can actually simply remove the connector, like so. Place the webcam back where you found it. There's two little clips there that line up with that, and then you don't have to worry about the webcam. The cable is taped to the back of the computer, so I also recommend removing the tape. That's located on the rear. Unfortunately, the camera angle will not show this, but there's two pieces of tape, and the cable is moving diagonally across the back of the display. Simply remove the tape to ensure the cable is free. The cable is now free, so we're going to begin the process of removing the tape down here and here. Be careful with this tape, as you will need to use it again to reassemble the display. Unfortunately, this piece seems to not wish to come up. And there we go. Now, the display has now been separated. The display has now been separated besides the two cables located here and here. This is your webcam cable, so again, that can simply be removed. This is the actual display cable. This is simply for the LCD. So you're going to want to remove the tape, again gently, so you can reuse it at a later time for the new installation. And simply lift out and pull. Let's remove the tape. Now, the way I got this out was it was simply plugged in there, and I lifted it out and pulled. That will most likely remove yours. You may want to wiggle it back and forth a little. I know various displays, sometimes they get caught, depending on exactly how it's been removed. You're going to now want to take your new Screen Country display and remove it from its anti-static bag. Remove the protective plastic and the tape that holds the protector over it. I recommend using this piece of styrofoam over the display until you finally seal it up at the end, simply to protect the display from various scratches that it may endure during the installation process. You're going to take your tape again that you got initially and use that to reseal the webcam cable back on the display. You're going to now take the display cable. You're going to now want to take your display cable, bend the tape back, and insert it into the slot that is on the back of the display. And ensure that it fits snugly. And then reseal it with the existing tape. The display is now fully connected, as well as the webcam cable. This cable isn't taut. Here we go. And make sure the cable is actually flat against the display, otherwise it will not hold as well as it would on its side or twist it up. Push the display back to the original position. Remove the webcam once more in order to install the cable. The cable is now installed. We'll reposition the webcam back to its original position by aligning these these gold rings to the black inserts. It will not snap. It only will actually fit snugly once the bezel is on. Let's place this back over and ensure that it is fully lined up with the computer. The screw holes actually have something that will semi-snap in, just to hold the screw holes in position while you insert. The screen is now in the bezel. We're now going to install the 6 screws that we initially used to remove it, located here, 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 and here. Before you put the bezel cover on, ensure that all tape is again secured back onto the screen. Ensure that all cables are snugly inside the bezel. Ensure the webcam is properly lined up and the screen is fit well. You'll now take the bezel, place it back hinge side first. Try and pop in those hinges and simply go around the screen and simply pinch together the bezel. Apply pressure on both sides to ensure that the screen is not getting excess pressure on it. And push in the hinges. Now replace the 2 original screws that you removed from under your caps. stuck to my finger. Now that both screws have been inserted, ensure again that your case is still snugly. Appears that I have a clip that was unsnapped. And you're good. Replace your battery again. And you can now boot up your machine.